When I was a child, I wanted to be an artist. I mean, I was okay at drawing and painting, but as I got older, I decided I wanted to do something that pulled down a steady paycheck. So I majored in business instead of art, and that was that. Fast forward a few years, and I found myself drawn back to my artistic side. I started making hand-drawn greeting cards and baby onesies with original illustrations, and even painting on cakes with food color. And then I stumbled across the most avant-garde artistic medium yet: extreme office holiday decorating. In 2011, I took a new job with a small IT company. My desk was in an open cube farm, and my neighbor over next desk over tells me that the company has a long tradition of very intense holiday celebrations. And the highlight of the Christmas holiday celebration is the cubicle decorating contest. He says there are big prizes, and people really go over the top to win. And the previous year's winner was a cubicle that had been converted into a gingerbread house with a full roof. Well, I have a little bit of a competitive side, so I figure I'll give it a try in the name of team spirit. When the contest rules came out in November, I got to brainstorming with my wife, and we came up with a few ideas, and our favorite was a little bit strange. If Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a desk job at the North Pole, what would his office look like? So we're up all night crafting the night before the judging, and I pack the car with supplies and props and head to the office at 6 a.m. and we get started while the office is still dark. I cover all the walls of my cube with brown paper and get out a Sharpie and draw on boards and wood grain so my cubicle looks like a stall in a wooden barn. And we put up fake accessories with pictures of Santa and flying sleighs and cover the walls with Microsoft project charts explaining the manufacture and worldwide delivery of Christmas gifts. And then the finishing touch. We replace all of the pictures in my cube with elves and reindeer and a smiling abominable snowman from the old Rankin Bass animated Christmas specials, and cover the floor with straw left over from our Halloween decorations at home, and say a little prayer that the cleaning crew can find it in their hearts to forgive me. I change into an all-brown outfit, put on reindeer antlers, and make my nose red with my wife's lipstick. When the panel of employee judges came around at lunchtime, I don't think they knew what to make of my display. It was a bit more conceptual than most of the other things I'd seen around the office, and I'm sure no one else spent the day dressed like a reindeer. At the big holiday potluck the next day, the CEO of the company pulls me aside and says that he thinks my cube is a work of demented comic genius. And then the winners are announced. I get an honorable mention. The CEO, who is not one of the judges, when he hears the results, he declares to me, "You were robbed!" He vows that the contest rules will be changed so any such future miscarriage of justice will be prevented. The next November comes around and the contest rules are changed. Now, the contest is a popular vote among the entire company. The themes come out. There is one that's intriguing, most illuminating. I like this. I could cover my desk with blinking lights, but that's too ordinary. I think we've got to come up with something with a vision, a story, because I'm out to prove to my coworkers that the future of holiday decorating is something with a vision, something that creates a world, tells a story. Also, I want top prize. So what can we do with this? Well, my wife comes up with the answer. How about a most Illuminati holiday? Yes. I will make a holiday display combining holiday cheer and world domination conspiracies. After all, what says good fellowship more than secret societies? So we get to work, and the planning is intense because the contest rules come out just before Thanksgiving, and Black Friday is the best time to pick up decorating supplies for cheap, which is important if you have left behind all sense of restraint and need to buy 1,200 Christmas lights to put up around your desk. So we get to work, and the plan for most Illuminati holiday involves a lot of craft projects and an extravaganza of desktop publishing. There's a stack of applications to join the New World Order, a poster of secret Freemason handshakes, and the outside of the cubicle is a giant three-dimensional advent calendar of conspiracy theories. Inside each box is a QR code that will take you to the explanation of the conspiracy on mostilluminatiholiday.com, the website we'd set up for the contest. And because there's a beautiful logo for a Most Illuminati Holiday, which is a lighted sign hanging above my desk, there have to be a Most Illuminati Holiday t-shirts and coffee mugs, which are available on Cafe Press. Sorry, I'm just so excited about the story. So just like the first year, my wife and I want to maintain the element of surprise with our decorating. So we put all this up the night before the judging. And we're done with the decorating, and I'm standing there at 4 a.m. surveying our work. And I'm tired, and I also have the sneaking suspicion that I may possibly have lost my mind. I also have some anxiety that my work will not connect with my audience. Will they understand why, instead of a Christmas tree, I have a green pyramid with a lighted all-seeing eye on top, slowly rotating on a motorized base? Will they find it funny that I have Christmas cards from Opus Dei and the Templars, and a Happy Hanukkah card from the Elders of Zion? We'll find out. I won. Afterwards, the CEO of the company sent out an email to the entire company thanking everyone for participating in this year's contest, and further suggesting that employees may want to consider forming teams or recruiting art students to beat David Supley Foxworth. After this, people started asking me, what are you going to do next year? I tell them it's a secret, but really I don't know. I feel a lot of pressure to top what I've already done. So I decide we have to tackle a real classic, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. I decorate my cube and several others nearby to look like the village of Whoville, and I put up a paper archway around the CEO's door, and using markers, I color it to look like the outside of a cave. I put up signs all around the office pointing to Whoville or Mount Crumpet. Now these decorations are up a couple weeks before the judging, and that surprises people because they know our tricks now. And apparently it irritates some people too, because the head of the party planning committee has gotten complaints that I've decorated empty cubes near mine, and that gives me an unfair advantage. She tells me that they may have to disqualify me, and I tell her the show has already started, and I'm not going to compromise what I'm doing, even if that means I'm out of the contest. The weekend before the judging, my wife and I come in, and we remove all of the decorations, except for one single ornament, some shreds of paper, and some empty hooks hanging on the wall. We also film a movie showing my wife, dressed as the Grinch, entering the office, stealing the decorations. It takes the entire weekend to move the decorations from my area to a conference room I have previously reserved for a 2-day meeting. And of course, we have to edit the 7-minute movie and redo the narration for the Grinch story we have rewritten. Come Monday, I am tired, wiped out from this effort, but my coworkers, they puzzle until their puzzlers are sore. One tearful colleague is outraged that my cubicle has been vandalized, and she tries to reassure me, you still have time to put something up. On Tuesday, judging day, I put up a flyer with a link to the Grinch movie on YouTube and an invitation to the Who Feast, which is laid out in the conference room where we had moved all the decorations and set them up again. I spent most of that day explaining the story of the Grinch to my coworkers from India and Pakistan. But I didn't care because my vision of desk decorating becoming a multi-day performance art event has been realized. I don't even care if I win the contest, but I won. At this summer's company picnic, I told the CEO that my extreme performance art desk decorating was a trilogy, and it had run its course. He told me I should think of it like the Harry Potter books, and I had better plan on doing 8 or 9. My art has taken on a life of its own. I have fans, I have critics, I have a devoted patron who I am slightly afraid of. I wanted to be creative, but I think I have created a monster.